Yes. All right. So, all right.
No!
Can everybody hear me? Okay. Can we get the meeting started? Is this on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's
Can
up?
you not hear me?
I
Are we
I
having technical difficulties
I
already?
can no, I can hear you. I
Could you
can hear
hear
you.
me
Okay. Can
crying?
everybody
I'm
can everybody see?
crying.
But can everybody see my screen? I just want to make sure before we start the recording, everybody can
I
see
can
my
see.
screen before
I
we get
can
the
see
meeting
it.
started.
I can see. Ryan, you're on
Okay.
mute. Ryan, you have to
Oh.
come off mute.
Oh, I got it. Got it.
Hello, Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan,
All
you're
right.
still. Ryan, you're still. Oh, hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Before we get started,
Yep.
um, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Saturday. You
Oh.
see, we lost some people this week, and we sort of need to play catch up.
Okay.
Um, and and Ryan, by the way, I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday as well. Okay?
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
I
Ryan.
guess
Okay.
uh,
Thanks. Yep.
uh,
Bye.
uh, 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 okay. I see what you did there. Um, all right, Graham. It's kind of a big deal, but I don't know if you know this, but I'm getting ready to take my badge off for the very last time.
Hold on. I'll wipe my eyes with this disgusting COVID mask.
Wow, that is an ugly mug on that badge. Wow. Okay,
Yeah, it is.
we're all done there. But man, this feels like a really weird, surreal week,
I bet.
day, month. But I decided I would wear my most flamboyant work-related shirt on
It's a pretty bad one.
on my, on my last day at Big
That
Blue.
is
So,
that is just fucking hideous.
whew, tell you
I
what,
know, dude. 25 years. I mean, think about not only all the projects and PowerPoints and videos and social posts and all the different teams and events and all the work you've done, but think about all the technical innovations you've been part of, all the changes in leadership. I mean, dude, you've like, wow, man, you have been around you are an old man.
really old, really, really old.
God.
I'll never forget it. I had the same physician for about 20 of my 25 years. Amazingly, here in Raleigh, the first time I ever went to see her, you have your physical, you get to know your new doctor. I just moved to North Raleigh. She told me, "Who do you work for?" IBM. She said, "Oh, you got to get out of there, man. Everyone I know is falling apart after like physically." And so I was like, "Yeah, I'll be all right."
Eh.
But then I don't know if you've noticed the major difference between me and that laminated badge photo that I shared on LinkedIn,
Yeah,
but
there's a little bit of a difference.
a little bit of difference,
A little
and
bit.
I'm not sure what to chalk that up to. But I wanted to quickly take you through a little uh, photo retrospective with some key points. Now, this is the phone they handed out in 1997. I don't know if you know this, but they actually grew them in a nature preserve in the
Oh,
Research Triangle Park. And
fast. I love
there was a
science.
very cool ceremony where you go out into the forest amongst the animals. You would open this pull here lever, and out would come a phone, which interestingly enough you had to take somewhere and find a landline to plug into because we didn't have cell phones yet. This is before the age of the internet. Um, we also uh, just wanted to illustrate for you folks what a typical day looks like in the life of the modern marketer. Graham, could you explain this expertly crafted Photoshop
Oh,
rendering
you
of a
know,
day of really teamwork and camaraderie working in marketing in
I,
the modern age?
it's just a story of distraction, baby. I mean, here you've got the two of us trying. I think we were in the middle of trying to get an edit done.
Oh
I
yeah,
believe it was when we were working on internal videos for sellers for Think
you are correct.
last year, and you and I had shot in the morning. We were just trying to get it done because our goal was shoot, edit, post, shoot, like get these videos out
Yeah,
to tens of thousands of sellers around the world, really. And we just were constantly being bombarded by emails, Slack messages, meetings. I mean, even Twitter direct messages, which can get overwhelming at times. And so, yeah, I mean, you were editing and rendering, and I was like trying to keep feeding you all the things you needed, effects, music, whatever.
Yeah, you
But in
kept
the
giving me
end,
those notes. What if we
we got it
trim
done.
these 3 seconds and then you got to re-render? But you know how that is. Man, those are good times. I love that. I love it so much. Those are awesome videos too. I love this video because not only does it show my prestigious double chin, but it shows off,
The Beard of Wonder.
after a long day of work with the Beard of Wonder we were in Berlin. You were here too.
Oh yeah, I
This
know
is a fun
exactly where
trip,
this was taken.
but
That was a fun trip.
it illustrates a couple things. It illustrates that when you're done with your day and you've had your beer out at the social hour, you can just kick your feet up. But look at these guys in the background. They are still hard at work making deals, making it happen. Making it happen. But I was kicking back with my pixelated sunglasses that you and I found at the computer museum.
Oh yeah,
or video game museum. Man, good times. What do we got next? Oh, here's a scale rendering of my first office.
very funny. Wow, look at the
Actually,
old
this
logo.
is, I think, I don't know where this is,
Look at
honestly.
the scales and the time clocks.
I don't think it's an.
Max would know.
I don't know if it's an IBM site or not. You're right. We need to get Max on the case here. It's. I don't think it's an IBM site necessarily, but I believe it's a display of. You see scales, you see clocks. These are lots of devices and machines, where the name comes from, that were, I think, produced and designed by IBM back in the early days before the computer. Man, mind blowing. Okay, this is really
love
cool.
that.
You know what this is?
Oh, that absolutely.
This is the
Look
first computer that I got when I started the program.
Wow.
Yeah, it was interesting because we were doubled up 2 to an office, and somehow had to also fit 2 of these in the room. And that didn't even include the tape backup that you see off to the left.
But you had to carry the tapes around in a separate briefcase, right?
Correct. With keys, and it had to be like officially like locked to your wrist. But it was good times. What do we got next? You know what? I got to give a shout out to this lady who would kill me if she was showing off this photograph.
Oh, why? It's such a wonderful photo.
Well, we did the thing, where she's God bless her, one of those folks that has to wear sunglasses even indoors because her eyes are so sensitive. I kid, but most of the time, if we are outside, she's got the giant, whatever, different stylish sunglasses on. I made her take them off for this photo because I was like, I want to see, I wanted this to be cool. So she did the close your eye and then open them real big when you take the show photo thing. That we remember we had to do that in Boston last week. But this is just me giving I heart you to my person that's got me through these 25 years. Besides you, of course.
Besides, well, yes, I mean, obviously.
And I love the fact that I'm wearing the red hat that is not red.
But it's got the red hat on it.
Chinning and winning. Thank you, Danny.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you're almost Showtime in there, by the way. Now, Showtime, right? Folks, is a look that we assign to Ryan when it's time for him to get serious and go on camera, because normally he lets the beard go, his hair is crazy, his clothes are all crazy.
Those are the photos we should bring out for another show, is like the mountain man version. Yeah,
we should. But sometimes he gets Showtime. He gets his hair cut, he gets his beard trimmed, and he's ready to go on camera, and we call that Showtime. That's almost Showtime. Look at that. Look, you've grown so much. You were such a little boy, and look how
a lot of people have been asking, what am I going to do after this? And what I did was, I decided I was going to go buy some office space, but I don't know about you, man, but real estate through the roof. So all I could afford was this tiny office. And luckily I do have a conference table. I do have a state-of-the-art 11 and a half inch LCD monitor on the wall, and a whiteboard, man, for all these brilliant creative concepts that are going to come out of Rab Inc. in the near future. So Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. It's still under
Love it.
construction. All right.
That is funny.
This is stretching out. I thought you might want to lead us in a rousing rendition.
We're not singing this. No, this is about you.
My bad.
We're
All right.
not
Okay.
doing that.
Well, that
Well,
is
we're
it,
not,
folks.
we're
That's
not.
it.
Hold on. We don't need to look at that yet.
I know. I just got ahead of myself.
You just got a little ahead of
We
yourself.
got one more thing. I made something for you, my friend.
Oh.
I made something for you. So
I
let me
like
get
that.
that teed up. And I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege to work alongside you all this time. And
I know. I'm awesome.
man, you are awesome. and you know, it's something that you challenged me to be my very best. And so, you know.
Well, I appreciate that.
I just want to say
likewise.
That.
I mean, you and I have accomplished a lot of stuff since since the conversation we had on the top of the cathedral in Barcelona, man.
I know, right? Like that is amazing to think about. I'm gonna load up a video file somehow. Here we go. Boom. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is for you, buddy. This is a little retrospective. I like to call the Griot retrospective.
There we go. Oh, KSC.
Yeah, baby.
Sitting in the shuttle. Oh, I remember that was with Casey. Oh, that was our first photo.
Yeah, it's a little random. It's not in chronological order by any means.
Florida men, click chasers, the young Bobs, detectives.
All of that wonderful TV and stage work we did together. It's just amazing.
Oh well, God, that was clacky.
Yeah.
There's the car.
Incredible.
Kareem.
Incredible.
Wow.
Got some other folks mixed in, but yeah, man.
That's one of my favorites. One of our favorite freeze frames. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we both have an affinity for power gloves.
Oh God, the vacation photos. Every time I would cry when you.
This made me crack up probably the most. I mean, the freaking. I mean, those out of office montages you used to do. Like I would go on vacation, folks, and invariably, like 24 hours in, I get a tweet. What Graeme is doing while Ryan's on vacation.
Yeah, those are all still out there, and if you
I did a few myself, but they were pretty lame in comparison to yours. Yours, I felt like I just wanted to know, like, what kind of agency budget were you working with to pull off
millions,
these shoots?
millions. I mean, we brought in teams from all over the world to shoot those. It was actually usually just either myself or Sarah. Sarah Dudley actually helped on a lot of those, but. Yeah, man, those were really
work.
The goal was not to just make you laugh, but to make you feel as guilty and horrible as you possibly could while you were out relaxing and I was still.
But what would I remember though? I did feel really bad when I saw the first one. I was just like, God, got me right here. And then I think the next time it happened, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get him, and I would send you like pictures of me like partying, like having fun, and that was probably not the nicest way.
Do you remember when I did the one where it was like you were trapped inside the drink and then there was like a dinosaur behind you were at a beach house or something?
Yes.
And I'm like photoshopping bongs on tables.
Oh, I need to find. So I remember that one now, but I did not find that one when I was looking through the tweets. So
I probably deleted it. I was probably like, you know what?
Maybe
delete.
Not. Right. Well, man, I don't know. Thank you. Just thank you. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I'm excited about your next journey. Today is a celebration of a new adventure. It is not the end of a road. I mean, you've spent 25 years working for one of the greatest technology companies in the history of the world. And now you get to carry that wave forward. And I'm really excited about that, Ryan.
I got something I need to send back to you for your microphone.
No, you're going to keep that one.
I'm going to keep this one as a memento. All right,
you're going to keep that one.
Another memento I have. I just got to say this, and then we'll jump into some hot topics.
Okay.
I dug through like all my old crap, and I was just basically trying to clean things out. I'm in this tiny office now. I actually am in a tiny office now with my home office. I found my official Tivoli Beer Bash authorization card, and they took the phrase. It used to be the power to. I can't even remember what it was now. Their official marketing slogan was like the power to something anywhere, anything, anywhere, and the power to drink anything, anywhere. And it actually has fine print. You're supposed to sign it. But the story was when we acquired Tivoli back in the day, they had beer bashes down in Austin. So they decided for culture, we would have those at all the other sites, and so every Friday afternoon they would roll out kegs and food, and we'd have a grand old time. And the thing they didn't print on here though that those folks always said is that the Austinites used to say that Tivoli was really a drinking company with a software problem. and in my experience,
Wow.
this seemed true. So I don't know.
Wow.
Fun times.
That's a good artifact to hang on to.
Yep, it is.
You
Well, what
so what
else?
you, so actually, Ryan,
Oh,
I want to make I'm a bit of a historian, and I've got
oh,
huge respect for the corporate archives team, and
yes,
I'm a
sir.
historian at my summer camp. So it's very important that you hold on to that, you archive it correctly. So don't you've got 6 mansions, don't lose it. You need to make sure
Okay, okay.
that go down into one of your sub basements, designate one of the rooms, not a catacomb, one of your
Yeah,
climate controlled rooms that are probably sub basement 2 or 3
right.
in your main mansion, and make sure you set up an archive and archive that appropriately because you're going to want to do that.
Yes, sir. I certainly will. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for that
Okay.
suggestion.
You're very
All
welcome.
right. Well, I don't know what to do now. What are we going to do with the rest of the episode? What do you want to
I
talk
don't know.
about?
Let's talk about some tech.
Let's talk about tech. All right, let's do that. All right.
You know, so I want to. I think you're going to bring up the Mizimu or whatever it's called first. There.
Oh yeah. Let me get that.
I want to make sure I've got the right name because I'm just started learning about this thing.
Are you talking about this boy?
Yeah, the
That
Miu
boy?
Mini.
Woo.
Yeah. So I started following
Ooh.
Fran here, who's great, by the way. If you're a retro gamer, you want to know someone who understands handhelds and all this other stuff, definitely follow Fran. But so I just recently learned about this. This thing is really tiny. Okay, it's like super tiny. I think it's only 3.5 inches tall by 2.5 inches wide or something. But apparently, it is awesome. Like the quality is awesome, the screen is awesome, the portability. You can
Looks awesome.
It looks awesome, right? So it's also super cheap. So I was thinking about picking one of these up, and I for years now I've been on the hunt for a good handheld, right? I have my, I've got my game.
Don't
I've
try.
got I've
One of
got my
these days, don't let it fall out there.
I've got my original Game Boy here, but the screen, these eyes aren't what they used to be. So I'm looking
Sure,
for
sure.
something that has a little bit more brightness and power to it. Now, I did win an auction and purchased a modified original Game Boy that had a bright screen, which was awesome. But it had a lot of technical problems. It actually had a rechargeable battery, which was really cool. You just plugged a USB-C into the back of it. But it had a lot of problems, Ryan. It couldn't play cartridges very well. The sound wasn't good. So I'm sort of back to forgetting about modded Game Boys and looking for something that will just allow me to load a bunch of the original Game Boy games, but also play PS1 or DOS or, Nintendo, all the different games that I loved. And so this is one option that I'm considering. You can see I even asked him about it. Is it too small? And he says, well, it's a little small, but it's just such a great device. So I'm sort of back on the, up to my old tricks here again, trying to find a good handheld. I found a good source for some of these, but this is the Miu Mini, and I'm taking a good look at it. But folks, if
Looks amazing.
you've got a good retro handheld and you love it and it plays well and it's good quality, I would like to know. Now, this one, I know you have to put the Onion OS on it, and I know you have to kind of source your own games. So I could definitely use some tips and tricks on that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for one that's a little bit easier out of the box, that you don't have to be a fucking developer to make it go. You can pull it out of the box, maybe download some games onto an SD card and let it go. But I would love some recommendations. So I don't know if anybody out there has tried the Miu Mini. I don't know if anybody's, using some of the other ones that are out there. But whatever you're using, I would love to know, because I am on the hunt for a good handheld. And part of the reason for that is as I work, and I struggle with it. I took several days off, but as I work to try to minimize some of my social media over time, I want to put this down. but I also know myself well enough to know that I can't just do nothing. I'll go crazy, ADHD and other things. So I want to replace it with some games. So I would
Well,
take any of those
this has
recommendations.
been a tough week for that, for sure.
It's been look, dude. I mean, I wanted to take a more extended social media vacation, but then when I was in quarantine, I was going out of my mind, and I needed something. So picked it back up, and I was never going to be taking months off. I really only intended to take a little time, but
Yeah.
it is nice to be, being able to learn about some of this stuff that's out there.
Well, I think
Do you
that
have a
tees up.
handheld?
I only kind of. I only have these little like dummy retro things that you like get by at the store. I don't have like
Yeah, I've got some of those.
a legit console like you do.
Yeah, I mean,
What I
like I
want to
have one of
do.
these. I have these ones,
Yeah.
right? Which
Yeah.
you could buy, and this one has a lot of good Nintendo in it.
What's
But
that one? What's that one called?
this
You
one
know who makes
is
that?
we talked about it on the show one time. I forget. Doesn't have its name on it, which is weird.
I'm just saying
And
for the
this one's
viewers.
okay. I mean, it's got. You'll recognize this in just a second,
Oh yeah. Nice. Love it.
right? So this one's pretty cool. But the screen isn't the greatest on this. It's okay,
Yeah.
but I'm looking for something that I can put an SD card in. Has a little bit more power. This thing's just a piece of junk. This was like something, I think it was like a
Yeah. Yeah.
stocking stuffer for the kids
Oh,
years ago. And it's
that looks familiar. Like you can
yeah,
buy those at like Target or
yes,
Best Buy.
yes, yes.
Basically anything you can buy in a big box store, stay away from.
Yeah, and this was cool. This was like $20 or something. I'm
Yeah.
looking for something that's a little bit higher quality and has a little bit more variety to it. So I'll take any recommendations.
So I'm taking a homework assignment because I have been, I've been talking about doing a Raspberry Pi like in a case, like like you can buy cases where you like turn it into like it looks like a replica of a Nintendo system or something. What I've found though is that there's a new smaller Raspberry Pi board. I want to say it's called a Raspberry Pi 1 or Uno or something like that. And it's basically like a little strip, and you can actually embed that in a case like you're showing. You can actually buy a screen, you can build your own console essentially. So I've saved some images for that and some how-tos, and we'll talk about that on a future episode.
Yeah, I could totally see you doing that. See, I just want to play. I don't want to build.
I know,
but I also don't want to have to like take it out and then have to go through like, how do I install an OS? Where do I find all the games? How do I get them from the hyper global meganet onto the like, I just want something that works. Now I know I'm going to have to take some steps. It's not quite that easy, but the Miu Mini appears to be close to that. I just don't know if it's too small, right? I mean, I don't know if these sausage paws would really be good at something that tiny.
It's a legitimate concern. I understand. All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You wake up as Batman.
Oof.
What is the first thing you do?
Take a COVID test.
Take a COVID test. Okay. I hear you.
I wake up as Batman. What is the first thing I do? Well, okay, so my thoughts are obviously play with the gear, right? Like, do I want to take the Batmobile out for a ride? Do I want to just go explore the cave? But I'll tell you what I'd love to do is go have a chat with Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
So
what are you asking Commissioner Gordon to do? I mean, really, what kind of interesting conversations are Batman having with the commissioner, you think?
I would ask Commissioner Gordon very standard operating questions that I assume Batman asks, like, what year did Queen Elizabeth commission the St. Lawrence Seaway connecting the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean? These are standard questions that Batman asks. I mean, obviously, his allegiance is to the crown. I mean, that's clear. He's so cool. He's got to be. The Waynes are Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got to be.
There's
no way.
There's just no doubt about it.
There's no doubt. At least dual. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'd love to fire up the Batmobile. I'd love to explore the cave.
Yeah.
I'd love to do some bat hacking into computer systems.
Sounds good to me.
Chit chat, maybe.
I'm switching our background to night
see
mode.
what Catwoman's up to.
So we can be more in the mood. Yeah, I like it. What am I doing?
What
you know what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
I want to use the grapple gun and go.
I
want to go swinging through the city because here's my question, and it's a practical.
You and I have a little work to do before grapple guns.
This is true. This is true. But if I'm Batman, I'm slim and trim.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It comes with Batman's body. If you're Batman, you get Batman's physique.
Okay.
So in my mind, when I'm in Batman's body, here's a practical question: if you're Batman and you're shooting your grapple gun like into concrete and swinging every night, aren't you like destroying the priceless, granite?
Hey, that's the cost of crime fighting.
Okay, all right. But after 2 or 3 years of that, you're like tearing down the city, man.
But you don't understand. Bruce Wayne pays a bat tax. So he pays for that.
I see.
And then they track his movements, and there's teams that go in afterwards and they plaster and paint and patch. Oh yeah. No,
that's all during the day when he's like sleeping it off. Yes, I get it. Okay, all right. I get it. Man, and none of the accountants have noticed those Wayne Industries checks coming in every week. That's weird.
No, right. Because he does it through a series of intermediaries.
I see. I see.
Oh yeah.
That's tricky.
What, you think the 1% doesn't know how to cover their tracks?
No, you've got a point. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. All right, I got a new segment I like to call Grow Grew.
Oh my God, it's back.
Because you know what? I was talking last week about the fact that I wanted to purchase the Voltron Lego set, and much to my dismay,
I'm still working on that.
Much to my dismay, it has been discontinued, and it's like $500 freaking bucks on Amazon Marketplace. So what did I do? I went out and got myself a new friend.
Men will literally go out and buy a giant Lego Grogu instead of just going to therapy. You need to get help.
You're damn skippy. But you know what? This is going awesome. The thing that freaked me out is to be sure that Voltron was not on the shelf. I went to the Lego store this past weekend in Raleigh, and I went to see, did they have Voltron still in stock there? They did not. They also did not have this guy in stock. So I got freaked, and I was like, oh crap, they're both going to be gone. So I ran over to Walmart, and boom, on sale, $61, $3 off. So you heard it here, folks. Heard it here, folks. In the new segment we like to call Grow Grew.
Grow Grew. Well, I'm very happy for you. It's amazing that even in Lego, it's still unbelievably adorable.
Dangerously adorable. The ears move. It's unbelievable.
By the way, I don't have a rant of the week. I just want to point at something I hate right now. Can I do that? Can you take us back full screen?
Full screen, baby. Let's do it.
I hate these fucking things, and I can't believe I had to put them in May. It's going to be 100 degrees here tomorrow and Sunday.
I know, right?
And I hate that I had to put these damn things in. I don't have central air in this house that I live in. Not yet. I will. I know you do in all of your mansions.
No. Well, I was just going to say, like, I mean, I know
take us out of full screen.
I know how you little people have to struggle. And what I wanted to say was I was going to advocate in the next committee meeting planning for Weeks End Season 2. I think we should adopt tank tops and Speedos for the new uniform for show 81 through 99. What do you think? That could take us through summer.
I'm all for it.
And then we go through summer.
Get a little gun show going.
Look going.
I already have an embarrassing tan line.
I think I kind of do, but we
haven't even gotten started. I don't want all my weird ass tattoos.
Oh, yeah, no screenshots. Take that off really quick. All right, so yeah, we'll think about that. We'll talk about it with the committee, see how the vote goes.
Okay.
What else? I don't know. We're at 30 minutes, man. We filled it. Just talking.
Did you get my video the other day where I was like, "That's what friends are for,"
and that's being filed away in my blackmail portfolio.
Keep smiling
because I knew you were not feeling.
Shining,
I knew you weren't feeling well.
We will always believe in you.
I really knew you.
That's
weren't feeling
for
well when I saw
sure.
that. Godly.
That's what friends are for.
But I do really appreciate the sentiment, but God, man, I
I
was like,
do.
you may need to seek medical attention after I saw
I
that.
know.
So-
Dude, I was like sick and delirious at that point. I'm
I
like,
know.
what is COVID
I know.
happening?
I know, right? So COVID, okay, Ryan, awesome. COVID sucks. Grogu is the precious. I think we've summed it up, folks.
All right, Ryan's leaving, so I'm just going to go back to playing video games.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching Week's End. Show number 80.
Show number 80.
80,
That's
baby.
amazing.
We'll be back here next week for show number 80.
Show number 80. Can you imagine?
Known as 81.
Yeah, we will be back. Ryan may be leaving me to cry by myself in a corner at our current company, but we'll still be doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
All right, I'm playing Contra. I can't talk.
Thanks, Graeme. Thanks all of you for watching. We'll see you out on the interwebs.
Ooh, ooh, ah!